There's a dish that when you hold it in your hand, it feels like holding the whole spirit of Saigon. It's not fancy, but full of identity. That is Bánh Mì. Bánh Mì has traveled with Vietnamese people all over the world. Here in Houston, you won't find bánh mì sold on sidewalks from small carts like in Saigon. Instead, you get it from Vietnamese restaurants or shops. Some keep it warm, crispy bánh mì just like back home, while others serve it more like a sandwich, where you take a number and wait in line to be served. But did you know, bánh mì wasn't born in Saigon? Today, with Saigon Remix, let's follow the cultural journey of how bánh mì become an essential part of daily life for people of Saigon. The story began with the French baguette, a long loaf, firm inside, crispy outside. The French sliced it and ate it with butter, cheese, or cold cuts. But when it arrived in Vietnam, it found a hot, lively, and creative place. People in Saigon, practical and easygoing, felt a 70-centimeter baguette was too big for daily life. So they made it shorter, easier to hold, and enough to fill the stomach. And instead of eating it plain, Vietnamese opened it up and added fillings, turning it into a full meal in the palm of your hand. Even the bread changed. The crust became lighter and crispier, the inside softer with more air and a bit of sweetness to match local taste. From the early 20th century, bánh mì became part of everyday life in Saigon and Chợ Lớn. During hard times, people even mixed wheat flour with rice flour or cassava flour to keep the bread business alive. By the 1960s, sidewalks were lined with glass display carts and small charcoal stoves used for heating breads. The sound of knife cutting bread, the smell of warm butter and paste, all blended into the morning rhythm of the city. Bánh mì is a perfect balance: crispy crust, soft inside, rich meat, crunchy pickles, fresh herbs, chili, and creamy spread. Vietnamese people love putting all flavor into one bite. Starting with bánh mì filled with shredded pork skin, the Vietnamese gradually created more variations. Bánh mì with meatballs, with cold cuts and paste, and with canned fish, or even just a plain hot loaf. There's also another way to eat bánh mì by dipping with curry, with ragu, or even with condensed milk. Today, major newspapers like The Guardian and the New York Times praise Vietnamese bánh mì as one of the best street foods in the world. What interesting is, foreigners keep the original name Bánh Mì, just like phở or nước mắm, because it's not just bread. It's the story of where East and West meet, where a foreign food became a unique taste of home. Bánh Mì has been with Saigonese for 100 years. From a quick breakfast for students or a cheap and filling lunch for workers, to a meal with many choices for people who can afford more. Bánh Mì, just like Saigon, holds all culture and flavors together. When the bread closes, everything becomes one. One bánh mì, the whole spirit of Saigon inside. Thank you for loving Saigon. This content is proudly made by the Saigon Remix team. Follow and turn on notifications so you won't miss more stories about Saigon's culture, history, and people. See you in the next video.